Hey guys, it's Sam, and this is the second part of my Owls Readathon vlog. If you missed part one, I will link that on the screen if you want to check it out. I'm talking quietly because it's 12:30 at night. I'm also trying to sit in different places around my house when I film these vlogs for like different backgrounds. So I have read 8 books so far this month, and it is the 15th, so it's day 15 of the Readathon, and I have read 8 books, which is fantastic. So since my last vlog, I finished Storm of Locusts. I read that in 2 days, basically in 2 sittings. It's the second book in an urban fantasy series, and it has Native American, mostly Navajo folklore and mythology, so this was a really fast read, and it wasn't like the best thing I've ever read, but it's just, urban fantasy is so fast. And then just now I reread volume 2 of Descender, and this was for herbology and a book that starts with an M because the actual volume title is Machine Moon. So I reread this. This was a 4-star, but now I'm caught up so I can continue on with the series when I decide to buy books again. So with those being finished, I've finished the herbologist career line for the Owls and the Carer of Magical Tomes, I believe, career for the Owls. And I also added on like the magical business career path with that. There was 1 extra class. So I finished all of those prompts. So that's done. So now all I have to finish now is Mind Medic. And I have 1 class left, and that is the Charms class. So that's read a book with the white cover. So I'm reading Dark Dawn by J. Kristoff. So after I finish this, then I will be going on to just reading all the rest of the prompts for all of the classes for Owls. Depending on how long this takes me, because we're on the 15th, I feel like I'll finish this in 5 days or less, so I will still have about 10 days left to read other books. But I do have a couple of books picked out that were on my TBR because I made some changes here. So the ones that were on my TBR before I made those changes, a couple of those fit into the other class categories. So I'm still trying to stick to the books that I did want to read this month. Just made a couple of changes here and there. So we'll see. I could do it. Maybe not, maybe, I don't know, kind of depends. The other books that I've already looked at after I finish this are like shorter YA books, so like technically I could probably get through them in like 2 days each, so like I could do it. I don't know. We will see. I don't know how much of this I'm going to read tonight because I'm really tired. I slept in. Okay, I woke up at like 10, turned my alarm off because I typically am falling asleep these days around like 2 or 3 in the morning. I hate it. So I did that, but then I went back in my bed and like napped until like noon. I hate this. I hate that. This would not ever be happening before. I was getting up anywhere between like 6 in the morning to 8 in the morning with my work schedule. So like this is, but that's where it is right now. But so I'm like, okay, I woke up at noon, really. Like I got out of bed at noon. So I won't be tired, I thought, until like well after 2 in the morning. And it's like 12:30 and I'm kind of tired. So I should probably embrace that and just go to bed, but my brain's like, we're not supposed to go to bed yet. So I don't know how much of this will get read, but I think I'll at least try to read like a chapter. I don't know, whatever. I will update you when I have more to update you on. Hey guys, it's day 17 of the Readathon. I'm about to do some yoga again. I haven't done yoga in about, exactly a week because my family has not been out of the house, which is good, but it's also bad because it's the only place that I can do yoga. My mom went to pick up some items, you know, just have them brought out to her car. My dad is working because he works at a pharmacy part-time, so I can use the living room for yoga. And I had a moment where I was like, I don't want to do yoga right now, even though I haven't done it in a week, and I love when I do it. And today's yoga routine is stretch, is what it's called, which is gonna be nice and not like super hard probably. So I feel so much better about this right now. Okay, I just finished. And not to be that person, because I think I mentioned this in my last video when I was talking about yoga, but yoga has gotten like so much easier since I did an in-person class, I think, to be honest. But like, I just did a 25-minute session. It felt like 5 minutes. It was still like hard. Like, it's not like it's not hard. It just goes by so much faster and is like so much more enjoyable than it was like when I first started doing yoga videos at home a little bit, like 2, maybe 3 years ago. And I would do like a 7-minute yoga video and be like, oh, it's taking forever. Is it done yet? And now like I don't look at the clock. Like, well, I did in the one like ab session one that we did that she had, but otherwise like I don't look at the clock and I'm just like having a chill time and then it's like over. So it's amazing. I know it's like one of those things where it's like, people get really annoyed. It's like, yeah, we know. Get 8 hours of sleep, drink water, eat vegetables, learn how to breathe right in yoga. But like, it is kind of amazing how that works, you know? So I'm really glad that I got a chance to do it, because going a week without it has been like not great, because I think it does help my stress levels and just makes me feel like overall better. Especially considering it's April 17th and there's some snow on the ground. This morning there was more, so I'm not super upset about this, and it's mostly melted, but there shouldn't be snow on the ground in April. It's just not allowed. I'm glad that you got some relaxing in while I was doing yoga. Hello, it is day, what's the day today? 18 of the Readathon. I just realized that the TV's on. I should probably turn that off so you can actually hear what I'm saying. Okay, I've read 100 pages of Dark Dawn. I plan on reading more. I would ideally like to read about 100 pages a day of this to get through it in a timely manner so I can finish more books before the end of the Readathon. And because I know at a certain point this is just gonna like fly by and I'll read like 200 pages in one day. So yeah, trying to clip along with this at a nice, reasonable pace. But I've already taken a walk with the dog today and made a grocery order. You know, the usual quarantine things. My mom and I are also working on this puzzle, one of them that we ordered, and we didn't realize, I mean, like, we thought we knew, but we didn't. All these pieces look really similar. Like, maybe you can't tell, but there's like there's a lot of green, and we knew that. We didn't realize how hard it would be. Also, look at how tiny these pieces are. They're tiny. This is what the finished product will be if you didn't see the last vlog, but like, we didn't think about how hard this was gonna be. So I've been working on the border, and like this is all I've gotten. And these are all the border pieces, but I still can't find a way that they all fit together. And like sometimes pieces will fit together, but they don't actually go together. Like that's how hard this is. So yay. Hello, it is day 20. I did not update you yesterday. Basically all I did was take a walk with the dog. I took 2 naps and I read. Like that's it. I am adjusting to a new medication, and one of the symptoms early on is fatigue, and then I should adjust to it. I'm not feeling like I need a nap today. It's already 5 o'clock. So far so good. I took 2 naps yesterday, so yeah, just really not a lot of update on yesterday. I am trying out this little eyebrow slit thing today. I already talked about it on Instagram today as I'm filming this, and everyone seems to like it, but I'm just watching a lot of gay girls on TikTok, and I'm like, so I'm experimenting with it with some makeup, but I think I might actually do it. We'll see. That's gonna be like my version of shaving my head, you know? Like a lot of people are shaving their heads and dyeing their hair, and I don't want the maintenance of any of that. I don't want to shave my head. I was already thinking about growing my hair out, and obviously the quarantine is like making me, so I don't want to have to worry about that, but the eyebrow might be my thing. So I am 272 pages into Dark Dawn, which is more than halfway. So I would like to get like, maybe to like 350 pages today. I don't know, I'm reading it pretty quickly. The chapters feel like they're a little bit shorter than they were in God's Grave, just by like a little bit. And like a lot is happening and everything. So I definitely feel like once I get to the like 200 pages or less mark is when it'll just fly by and everything. So liking it so far, obviously. And yeah, I'll report back. She's so cute. Hi, it's day 21 of the Readathon. Well, it's really day 22 because it's 1:30 in the morning, but I haven't slept yet. So for me, it's still yesterday. Does anyone else have their brain work like that? Also, I hope you enjoy the ASMR part of these vlogs where I whisper, because I'm in my living room and my parents' bedroom is right there, like 20 feet away, mayhaps. So I don't want to be loud, but I also want to update you. I'm 384 pages into Dark Dawn. I have noticed that I have been like sort of putting this book off. Not a ton, because I'm still reading it at a pretty good clip, but I could be reading it like all day, and I choose not to because I don't really want the series to end, and I know like lots of bad things will happen and have happened actually. If you read this book, I just finished chapter 36. So you know there's a couple chapters that people have referenced to me. They're like, when you read this chapter, let me know. So you know that some things have happened. So, but I think I'm gonna stop for tonight because I'm just getting so close to the end, and I'm just gonna wanna keep reading. Like I wanna keep reading now, but I need to not. I'm not super tired right now. I mean, I did take a nap today. I mean, really, I mark my days by what days I don't take naps at this point, really. Like, I didn't take a nap yesterday. That was a miracle, took a nap today. So like I said, I'm not super tired. I'm also watching the fire stuff on the TV. That doesn't make any sense. I'll show you. Ooh, so pretty. Wow. So I use that for my like reading background noise whenever I'm in the living room by myself. But yeah, I just need to go to bed. And I'm still reading it's either The Tourist Attraction or just Tourist Attraction, which is a contemporary adult romance, and it's so good and so cute. So I really can see it as like a rom-com. So if you guys are interested in those kind of books, definitely recommend that one, because so far it's very fun. I'm not sure it's like the heart clenching. I don't know if I have the, like I've mentioned before, love for the couple, but like everything else so far is like a 4-star, I'd say. I think I'm like halfway through, so we'll see. Makes me want to go to Alaska when we're allowed to travel again, which who knows when that will be. Hello, it is day 22. I mean, technically 23 because it's a little bit after midnight, but again, not counting that. I just finished Dark Dawn. I was intermittently putting it off, but I knew I was going to finish it today. And at the end, I just was like reading a little bit, putting it down, reading a little bit, putting it down, just because I was like so nervous for the ending and how it's going to be. But overall, love this series. All the books in the series for me have been 5 stars. And this one, just like everything felt so earned that happened. So yeah, I will talk about everything in a review and discussion that will be coming up probably next month. Yeah, it'll be next month, beginning of next month probably, when that review comes up based on my reviewing schedule. But with this, I have finished all of the prompts for all of the owls careers that I wanted to get done. So with this, I finished the Mind Medic career path. This was the book that I read for Charms, so a book with the white cover. So I finished Mind Medic, I finished Herbologist because that only had 3 prompts and 2 of them were graphic novels. And I finished Trader of Magical Tomes with the Magical Shop Owner class added onto it as well before I even read this one. So this was the last book that I had to read for the Mind Medic prompt. So now I'm going to try to get through all of the prompts before the end of the month. And it's the 22nd. Well, I mean, 23rd now when I actually start reading more, because I'm not going to read anything else tonight. So I could do it, I think. So for the prompts that I have left, I sort of switched some things around, and so I'm actually doing a class twice, but not really. So this sort of makes sense. So with the books that I read, I had some books count for multiple classes, not within the same career path, but within different ones, if that makes sense. So for the Trader of Magical Tomes category, my Charms book was God's Grave, and for this class it was Dark Dawn, because for Mind Medic, God's Grave counted for Defense Against the Dark Arts, which was a book set at sea. So some things counted for multiple things, if that makes sense. So I wrote out everything with the books that I already read and fit them in individual classes. So I'm going to read another book for Defense Against the Dark Arts, even though I already completed Defense Against the Dark Arts. Are you following this at all? Maybe, maybe not. So I'm going to read Dark Shores for Defense Against the Dark Arts in this list, even though God's Grave counted for my other career. I'm just trying to read a book from every single prompt here. And then I also have to read a book for divination, which is just pick a random number and then pick that book off your shelf to read. So that could go either way. That could be the one that fucks me up. I'm also finishing my astronomy prompt, which is read a book mostly at night. And I always read a contemporary at night before bed on my Kindle. So that is going to be the Tourist Attraction, which I'm like a little over halfway through. So yeah, I'm going to look over this again and make sure I haven't missed, no, I haven't missed any classes. I assigned everything to a separate class, and I counted God's Grave for Care of Magical Creatures, because that's a book with a like beak or whatever, a creature with a beak on the cover, and then Charms was Dark Dawn. So yeah, so I'm gonna technically read another book for Defense Against the Dark Arts for this, and then try to hit divination, and I'll for sure finish astronomy. Do you follow any of what I said? It makes sense to me. So I'll be reading Dark Shores next. That's more of like a piratey type book, and then I will be picking a random book off of my TBR. I actually am planning kind of, I'm not gonna do like a TBR for it, but I'm going to be doing the 24-hour readathon, which is coming up on the 25th, which is this weekend. So I'm gonna try to just like read a ton that day, and potentially finish up like 2 books. Like I'd like to be almost done with Dark Shores by then, and then pick up whatever the final book is that I pick up for divination, which again, hopefully it doesn't give me a tome, because that would suck. Because otherwise I will for sure finish all of the books on this list. Hi guys, it's day 24, so I think it's been like a day since I updated you. I wanted to show you the new plants that I've got. I want to do a little plant update. I did a plant update last time, but I didn't update on a lot of them. And I've bought like 3 new plants in the last 5 days or so. One was a nursery pickup and the other one was a Facebook Marketplace trade that we did from like very safe distances. She took my money with gloves. She had these in like a separate box that I was able to like, it was all very safe, basically. It was all very safe. We like handed each other the stuff from a distance. It was fine. So yeah, this is just getting me through the stages of like depression and grief basically right now. So I just want to show you my like new plants and then updates on my current plants, or like my plants I've had for a while. If you want to skip through this part, I will be in a different location for the actual reading update, so you can just skip forward. But I got this little philodendron micans. So this is like a velvety heart-shaped leaf philodendron, and this is going to be a trailing plant. This little top bit right here, this has all been in the last few days. Like I had those leaves, but then like this leaf coming up and it's sticking up like this has only been since it's been in my care within the last like 3 days. So that's wonderful because I want a really big trailing plant. Then I have a Monstera Addisonii narrow form. So this will also be trailing, more climbing than trailing, but it'll have these narrow leaves with the holes in them, and there's a ton of leaves coming up from that as well. And I'm not gonna lift this one up because I got a big one. This is the one I picked up from the nursery. I got a Monstera Deliciosa. So it has a ton of leaves. It already has split leaves because this is a more like juvenile, like it's not super juvenile obviously because it has those split leaves, but yeah, it's a smaller one. I was gonna originally get a 10-inch pot. This is a 6-inch pot. And then she said that the 10-inch pot was 30 inches by 30 inches as far as like how big it was. And I was like, that's too big. This is about 18 inches tall, she said. So yeah, it's beautiful. Look at how many leaves there are. Oh my God, I'm so excited. It's my first really, really big plant. Pretty much all my favorite plants, besides the calatheas, which I'm kind of mad at the calatheas anyway because they're just not functioning super well. They're like not growing or anything. They're not dying really, but they're just not growing. They're just stagnant right now. So my calatheas are also my favorites, but they're not doing super well. But all my favorite plants are basically in here because they're all like mostly the trailing plants, which are my favorite kinds of plants. So we have this Scindapsus pictus. I think I did an update about this one in the last vlog, which was like 2 weeks ago. Look at how much has already like grown up. Like it's just, the leaves are sticking up, these leaves are sticking out, there's a new leaf right there. Like it's just, she's doing great. I almost feel like I might want to repot some of these to make them grow more, but I'm terrified of repotting because I don't want them to die. So I'm probably just gonna wait and let that one keep growing a bit. Check the roots at some point and just see if any of them are root bound. And if they're root bound, I will for sure repot them. But I just get so nervous about repotting and putting them in too big of a pot and then them just like not flourishing. It makes me upset. Then we have this Hoya carnosa. I think it's Crimson Queen or Crimson Princess. I can never keep track of which one's which, but she's doing really great too. Look at how big, oh my God. The variegation is staying, it's just gorgeous. And then I have this pothos that I moved in here. It was originally in my kitchen. This is a pothos Marble Queen, I believe. This one I really do want to repot because I think it's in too small of a container and has been. That's one I got from the nursery in the fall. So I think if I put that in a bigger pot, it's just gonna explode and I just want a ton of vines everywhere. That's what I want. So that's my update for plants. I may update you guys on my other plants in the future. I'm just not gonna do it right now. Because you know, I do have favorites and my favorites are trailing plants. I always got into this for like trailing plants and some of the bigger ones like the Monstera. So those are just my favorites right now. I just want all those kind of plants. Okay, different location for those of you that skip the plant stuff. So I'm 72 pages into Dark Shores by Danielle Jensen. Not really caring, like not really enjoying it. I'm actually strongly considering DNFing. The thing is even if I'm reading a book that I don't think is gonna be like 5 stars or even 4 stars, I don't necessarily always think I'm gonna DNF this. But for some reason with this, I'm just like, I don't think it'll be bad. Actually, I think I'll probably end up giving it like a 3 star if I were to continue with how I'm feeling right now. But I just don't care enough and that makes me kind of want to DNF. I'm not sure though. So I'm thinking about actually switching and finding out whatever book I should choose for the divination prompt because that's picking a random number off your shelf. That's the book you're supposed to read, whatever. Seeing if that's a book that I'm interested in and reading that and then maybe possibly coming back to this. I read some reviews and most people end up giving this 4 stars on Goodreads and people really liked that it's like based on like Roman culture. The thing is that I think might be screwing this book and I'm not sure because this doesn't typically happen to me, but I just finished Nevernight. Nevernight is strongly based on Roman culture and Nevernight does it so well. So this I feel like is at a disadvantage. Also, this one like does not explain its world building. Like there's a lot of just like name dropping of like different cultures and whatever, and then it's just like it doesn't tell you what that even is. So I'm like, I have no basis of comparison for all these different people and different cultures and everything like that. So I'm kind of like not caring. It's super easy to read, but because again, I read like 72 pages yesterday in like the hour that I spent reading yesterday, because I didn't read that much yesterday. But I just am finding myself like, I don't care. So we'll see. Okay, so I did random number generator and it gave me book number 14, which was The Kingdom of Back by Marie Lu. I was not actually in any hurry to read this, so it's kind of nice that this picked it for Readathon. And this is a fairly short book. I don't know how it's gonna work because I haven't really loved a lot of Marie Lu stuff. She doesn't tend to work with me, but this is a bit of a different thing for her, so different genre and stuff. So hopefully I like it and it's shorter. Hopefully I'll want to read it more than I want to read Dark Shores. I might give up Dark Shores. If I finish this and then try to read Dark Shores and don't end up wanting to, then I think I'll switch around my prompts again on my like giant list and read the Queen of the Conquered by Kaysen Callender, I think is the author's name, and slot that in somewhere for one of the books, basically. I don't even know which one it would fit, but I know that it would because I put it on my TBR before all this started, and then switch some things around to fit in like Dark Dawn. Anyway, it'll work out. So I have a plan if I don't want to read Dark Shores and I end up DNFing that. Hello, it is day 25, which is actually the day of the 24-hour readathon that I am sort of participating in, not really, but sort of. That delightful sound of a forest in the background is not actually the outdoors. It is the Calm app that I've been using. Not sponsored, I actually pay for it. And they have background noises and like ambient sounds. So in my bedroom, I play the forest ambiance in order to feel like I'm in the woods where I belong. But I've been spending most of my afternoon reading. Again, kind of trying to do the 24-hour readathon, but like not super seriously, because the readathon started for me at 8 o'clock this morning. I was still sleeping at 8 o'clock this morning, and then I had a live show to do and then started reading. So my plan for this, because I don't really plan on vlogging this because then it'd be a whole bunch of vlog, but I'm gonna finish The Kingdom of Back by Marie Lu. I'm almost done. I think I have like 50 pages left. So I've read a majority, like at least 100. I read 150 pages of this. Have I? I've read 150 pages of this. I'll read 200 of it by the time I'm done all today. So I plan on finishing this, and then I want to, during the readathon, during the 24-hour readathon, finish one other book, potentially Queen of the Conquered by Kaysen Callender, because it's fairly short and I feel like it might be pretty quick. And that's what I want to do for the 24-hour readathon. So I'm actually vlogging this on my Instagram stories so that this doesn't get filled up with 24-hour readathon vlogging. And also because I'm not being like super intense about it, I'm not reading like and staying up or anything. I'm just gonna read as much as possible today. I'm keeping my phone away from me across the room except for to do Instagram updates, and like that's it. And I'm actually reading in bed, which I usually don't do because the TV is so distracting. My mom just watches TV shows most of the day, so I'm not going out there. I'm staying in here just for today because usually I don't like reading in my bedroom except for right before bed because it fucks with my sleep. And yeah, just trying to get as much reading done as possible. So that's going fairly quick because it's a fairly quick book. I think it'll probably end up being like 3 stars. And yeah, but this is what I'm doing. I have my windows open. It's a really rainy, kind of like gross day. Good for just kind of staying in. I have a candle burning. My plants are thriving in the corner. It's a good time. Hello, it is day 27 of the readathon, and I am almost done with all of the books that I wanted to read for the readathon, so I'm hoping to finish it so I can put this vlog up actually before the end of the month. But I did finish The Kingdom of Back during the 24-hour readathon a few days ago. That was the book that I had wanted to finish. I wanted to finish 2 books, but then I started reading The Queen of the Conquered by Kaysen Callender, and I decided this was not a book that I wanted to just like binge through because while it's very intriguing, it's very heavy, and just like a lot of the elements that are in it are heavier topics, so I didn't really want to just like binge it in one day. So I am 206 pages in. It's about a 350 page book. I would love to finish this today, but it's probably not going to happen. I just finished my nails because I did my second fill at home, so I did some like cat eye nail polish, and I filed all the nail polish off yesterday and like shaped them a bit, but today was like majority of the shaping and putting the actual fill in and filling the nails, so it took like 2.5 hours. So I just got done with that, so I haven't really read at all today. I was listening to an audiobook that's not a book for the readathon during my nails though, so I got a big chunk of that audiobook done. So yeah, I want to finish this Most likely I'll finish this tomorrow. And then I'm probably going to finish on my Kindle. I don't need to show you because there's no cover, but on my Kindle, I am still reading The Tourist Attraction. And I'm like 80-something% of the way into that. So I'm hoping to finish that tonight potentially, or it could be tomorrow night. So yeah, once I get those 2 books done, the Kindle book and this book, then I will be done with the readathon, and I will have gotten every prompt for like the classes prompt, and then 1 prompt for the like extras and stuff. So excited about that. Really good Owls readathon so far. Hello, it's still the 27th and I just finished the Queen of the Conquered. So I'm actually going to end out this vlog now because this is the last book that I had to finish. Well, technically not the last book. The last book is Tourist Attraction, which I'm currently reading on Kindle, but I'm gonna finish that tonight. But I'm not gonna wanna update the vlog at like 2 or 3 in the morning when I'm in bed and finish that. You already see me looking like a thumb enough as it is. But this was super interesting, and I definitely plan on doing a full review of this because it's really unlike anything that I've ever read. It was a little bit slow at the start, so I didn't give it a full 5 stars because it was very slow and took me like a little bit, like I was still intrigued, but took me a bit to get into. Really interesting. Brutal. It's not going to be something that everyone can read, but really good. And I look forward to the sequel, which comes out in December if they don't push back the date or anything. So yeah, this is the end of the Owls Readathon vlog. I did so well in the Owls this year and got everything read. So when the newts roll around in August and we hopefully have more things to do and maybe this situation is a little bit more under control and but hopefully at that point then I can do more with the newts because I have access to everything. I can do any career that I want. I'm like a straight A student. Obviously I didn't talk a lot about any of the books in here, so that will be in my wrap-up, which will be the next video that I'll get uploaded after this video, I'm pretty sure. So look forward to that next if you want all of my in-depth thoughts on everything I read this month. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see all of you guys soon. Bye.